Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology and instructional coach from my district.
And I'm her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin. And like a second grade class on a rainy day, I'll be in the studio all recess long.
That was pretty good.
All right, thanks.
Nothing like indoor recess to kick off the day, hey?
Man, I just flashbacks of building with cardboard bricks and...
Oh, yeah, you would build walls and knock them down.
Yeah.
I think
little
we
colorful
played silent
chairs.
ball. You'd sit on your desk.
Okay.
And you would toss the ball. And if you spoke, you'd just sit in your chair.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. And it was the only time we were allowed to sit on our desks. So it was a big deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. I think indoor recess has changed.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure it has since, 1989.
80s. The mid-1980s.
Yeah.
So anywho, speaking of recess.
Yes.
So this week's episode, the website is called Room Recess.
Room Recess.
Yay! It's roomrecess.com. I will not sing the song that I came up with, but I even made up a song about room recess.
She has been singing the Room Recess song that she made up for about 12 minutes before this.
But we didn't record it. And you'll all just have to use your brains and think about my beautiful voice in a sing-songy voice singing Room Recess.
I may have recorded some.
So there's that. But what's funny is I was digging how this originally, I dug up this website. I was looking for timers because I was a fun timer, for different things. And my standard go-to in my classroom I have my smartboard. I either use my gadget that's already on there or I use Classroom Screen, which I've talked about a million times over because it's my go-to for everything in my classroom. But I wanted to pull up some other timers that weren't just YouTube. So if you're ever looking for a timer for your classroom, whether it be a 5-minute timer, if you just go pull up YouTube, you will find all kinds of timers. Most people know that. You can find, there's a Grogu 5-minute timer where Grogu flies around a spaceship. He's in his little ball inside a spaceship and the countdown is him going inside a circle for 5 minutes. So you can find all kinds of fun timers for your classroom.
Yeah.
So I was just digging around finding timers and looking at things, and out comes roomrecess.com. This website only has one timer on it. It's beside the point with timers. This website boasts they have over 155 learning games for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And what's great is everything is free, which we absolutely love. And then it's a lot of just reinforcing basics in the classroom for elementary students. It's K6 when it comes to ability level. And they just have all kinds of cool tools and games and activities. So if you've got indoor recess happening,
right,
we have a website for you, but you can use this anytime.
Yeah.
So our second grader in our house can use this reinforcing things. I had her playing around with it already, and she's like, "Hey, I love it." So there's all kinds of different things. So I'll just kind of walk you through some parts of the site. There's so much it has to offer, so it's worth just kind of digging in and trying out what can work for you in your classroom. But the website itself is roomrecess.com. So ROOMRECESS.com. And then they have a featured game that's always on the top. And then they have math, learning games, and reading, Word and ELA specific parts, grammar. And they have labs. So they have science things. It also goes with typing activities, which we love good typing activities. We've talked about that in previous episodes as well. And then extra things, which we'll talk about. On the right-hand side of the screen, they have actual just categories, so you don't have to scroll through the homepage all the time. So if you find something that's cool, so you can click on math, pull up your math games. They have preview games, tools and resources, and lesson videos for teachers. So they have extra support that you can use in your classroom, which is really helpful. And then, I'm sure you'll be distracted here in a second as I talk about these. They have all kinds of math games. So they have math building skills. They have problem solving. They have skip counting. They have fractions. They have Blockbuster.
They have Jet Tank, a place value game. Well, let's play that while you're talking.
They have Zombie Paintball, which is practicing with skip counting. And some of them, they either have a worksheet, like a skip counting worksheet. They have printables on here, along with games that you can play. So there's like a printable if you want to. And then what's nice is you can choose if you have a mouse computer or if you have a touch screen, which I think is really helpful because some of our elementary kids are on iPads and some of our elementary kids are on Chromebooks. So the fact that you can choose for each game if you're on a computer or on an iPad, it's very helpful when it comes to how they manipulate the screen. So that doesn't become an issue because sometimes it's not that the kid can't practice the skill, it's that their device isn't compatible with a game. So that happens sometimes when the games are created for one and you're using the other.
Right.
So math games, fractions, multiplication, number sense, multiples, all kinds of just like great ways for kids to review. And again, there's videos and there's printables if you want them. If you go into the lab section, they have computer lab game section. So there's all kinds of cool typing games as well as like quick alphabet games, letter games, that type of thing. If you're looking under the tools category, that's where the whole teacher manipulative section is. So if you click on tools, this is what I made up a song about. They've got geo boards and pattern blocks, interactive clocks and fractions and dice and coins. So all of these then you can use as visuals on your screen if you're using a smartboard in your classroom, so visuals for your students. Or you can have kids, if they're practicing and they need tools, like if they need fraction strips in front of them while they're working on something, they can pull that up on their computer or their iPad. And that's where you would find the timer. So when we were looking for like the one timer I was looking for, they have that. They also have like cursive practice, which is kind of cool. They've got like touchscreen cursive practice just for like introducing kids to that. So they have all kinds of cool tools. So under the tool section, that's where you find all kinds of virtual manipulatives that you can use in your classroom or kids can use as they need to, which is pretty sweet. You are so distracted by the math game right now.
What are you talking about?
Which one are you playing?
I'm playing this one where you're supposed to shoot the 10 places.
Uh-huh. How's that going for you?
It's not going very well because I can't find a 3.
Nice.
There. Oh, no, that's a 2.
Working on numbers. So then there's reading. And again, there's like preview games, there's lesson videos, and then there's audio stories, which I always appreciate a good audiobook where you can click on fiction or nonfiction. And then from there, they can read to you. So there's like little stories that you can do for audiobooks. And also in the reading section, they have like pulling out main idea. They have cause and effect. They have author's purpose. So all of these games and activities are very like, they're going to help give your students like some review, like they're going to feel like they're playing games, obviously, but you can still reinforce different lessons that you're teaching. And even if it's a quick 5 minutes at the end of class or when they're stuck inside because the weather is gross.
Right.
Like this week in good old Wisconsin, it's not snowing, it's raining. So indoor recess you would think would be because it's snowing outside. No, it's because it's been raining outside. So there's just lots of different activities and they're all very visually pleasing. The one thing is that there's ads. There's a lot of ads. But as far as I've seen, all of the ads that have come up have not been anything that's been not kid friendly.
Yeah. All the ones I've seen have been teacher related, actually. So.
Yeah, they're like education related.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's reading section, stories, there's puzzles, and then they have like jigsaw puzzles, and you can do 9-piece or 49-piece jigsaw puzzles on your computer. And then they have a word section, which is all kinds of word games, which is different from the reading and the story section. Like there is a lot to pick from. And they also have an e-learning section. And in that section, it's all videos. So those are all video lessons, like from fractions to rounding to context clues and theme to adjectives and commas. So they have all kinds of e-learning, just videos that you click on. And if you click a video, it kind of gives you a 2 or 3 minute walkthrough of something. Like this is on cells for science. So e-learning is just cool videos that are short, but a great review might be helpful to share with students or add to if they're doing like independent research or something like that. You can add those videos into there as quick reinforcement videos, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the work section is all printables. So it's printables that go with all of the online activities and games. So
I'm about to score a touchdown here in Freddy football. So.
And is that math or do you get out of math yet?
No, it's math.
We're still mathing.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh gosh, somebody's coming in through the end zone. Oh.
And also when you pick your grade level, You can choose either to pick by category that you're looking for. So if you want to do math, just review across the board, any math games, you guys can play those, whatever you want. Or if you want to pick grade level specific, you can just pick like 4, and then that's 4th through 6th grade games. And so then those are organized and they're going to be more appropriate for 4th through 6th grade when it comes to content and stuff. So,
sure. See, when we were having room recess, when we were children, we didn't have Chromebooks or things that we could play these games on.
We played board games.
We played,
or Silent Ball.
Yeah, or Silent Ball. Or
I have board games in my classroom too, though. But
yeah,
we don't play them.
No. Or we'd go, clean erasers in the gym.
Yeah.
Don't put you to work. Or maybe that was just me that had to go do that.
Yes, you were the one cleaning erasers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Room Recess has stuff for like all grade levels, K6, all content area. Nothing's going to be overly heavy on content, but it's definitely a great way to review concepts. And if you have indoor recess or just like support at the end of a lesson, or if you're sending kids home, or if they need a little extra something, I think it's a great resource to have kind of in your back pocket when it comes to having support for our kids. And it's fun. There are all kinds of fun games and activities to play.
Yeah. Well, thanks for showing it to us.
Yeah. Now that you've only played math, I think you should switch categories here.
Maybe I will. We'll see. Maybe I need some science in my life. Maybe I need some grammar.
Maybe that would be good. Well, on that note, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartInWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartinwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartinwi or visit smartinwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep this show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do.